You know, I got to wondering the other day, you know, I preach about using the JT539T torches for burners in my furnaces, and, you know, they work really good in the micro mini and really good in the clear up to my 6-inch furnaces. But I see that a lot of other places they're using smaller torches, like the really cheap BernzOmatic UL100 pencil flame. Okay, well, I found a reasonable buy for a couple of mag torch pencil flames, little small guys. Let me zoom down here. They're a little bitty torch. They make a reasonable flame. But you can't even see it burning in there, and it's overcast today. So I have 2 of them running, and I'm going to go ahead and I know what the results of the 539 are. I can do with 2 torches in a micro mini, it'll do 1 ounce of silver in, let's call it a minute. It does it under a minute, but you know. Okay, so it does it in a minute running 2 torches. So I'm going to put 1 ounce of silver in a crucible, and we're going to put it in here and see how long it takes. So I think the one important thing that we need to look at here is the representation of a flame, a very crude drawing, and here is my little favorite, the JT539T. So if we look at the flame coming out of this torch, and this is going to be the same for just about all air propane torches. That's the flame pattern you kind of sort of see. Okay? You have several different temperature ranges. All of the air propane torches get to, I don't know, 32, 33, 3400 degrees. Okay? That's great. But it's only in one little spot, maybe right in here. It's colder back here, and it's colder out here. So depending on where you have your torch. Okay, so that says the little pencil tip torches, they're going to have the same flame pattern, a little smaller than this. And you can apply that sweet spot right to the metal that you want to heat and braze. When you're working in a furnace, or from a distance, then you want to protect your torch tip, so you've got it slightly back inside the refractory. So that means you're out there working right at the very edge of that limit. And it's going to get hot. No doubt. All the torches will do the same thing. It's the amount of time that they do it based on the ambient temperature, the amount and size of the furnace, the amount of metal you're going to melt. Many, many variables. That's why with the video I did on testing the MAP and the propane, even though the MAP burns hotter, when you figure in all of the environmental circumstances, it just isn't worth 3 times the price over propane. But anyway, I figured I'd blabber while we're waiting to melt. So as you can see, the little pencil flame torch that I'm doing here is quite a bit smaller. The burner tube is a lot smaller. The actual end of the torch is pretty close to the same diameter. But as far as performance goes, there's just no comparison. Just figured I'd show the 2 side by side so you can see what it is. I don't know if this will help you see that any better. It's running at full flame. Cute little pencil tip. Now we'll use it for a lighter. Quite a difference. And again, to get any hotter or any colder than the big one, and vice versa. You can look at these torches in BTU, or you can look at them in kilowatts. Quite a bit of difference. That's why I use the JT539T. I have noticed, though, the price has really gone up on it. Okay, I've got an ounce of silver charged up in here. It's a slug. As you can tell, the crucible is not hot. I'm going to put it in there and throw the lid on, and we'll see what we get. The furnace is preheated, so okay. It's about 8:57 right now, so I'll time that and see how long it takes to just go molten. I won't even worry about getting it up to pour temperature. Okay, I've got things set up now where you can see down in there. Time right now is, it's been running 4 minutes. And we're just starting to see the crucible come up with a little color. You'll have to excuse me, I'm colorblind. Aren't all electricians colorblind? So I'm not seeing any activity on the silver yet, so I'm just gonna let her run. 10 minutes. Starting to get a little glow on the crucible. Nowhere near melting point, let alone working temperature. Okay, we're at 12 minutes, and the crucible's starting to get, to my eyes, yellowish. The slug of silver is still a slug of silver. Just before it melts, it will start to take on some shiny characteristics, and it's nowhere even close to that. So, I don't have anything else to do today. I'll be back. Okay, we're at 15 minutes, and the silver technically is melted. It's probably 150 degrees yet from a working temperature. This is the kind of melted silver that people complain about when they go and try to pour it in an ingot and it goes plop. I will lose so much heat transferring it from the furnace in my tong to pour it that at this temperature here, it would probably solidify in the crucible before I got a chance. But anyway, when it comes to torches, bigger is better. Not necessarily a bigger torch, but you get more gas volume, which means you're able to heat. It's not going to get any hotter. It's going to get to that hot faster and be able to heat the inside of the furnace too. So other than that, I'll give it a close for today.